straight to the arena and started talking.
He's the man.
So you were talking about the athletes in the 105s and
Yes,
the
sir.
log press. We have some pretty good log pressers in this heat.
You would expect that at the European Championship level.
Well,
Sorry, Egil.
it's
Couldn't resist.
as you said before, it's a heavy and awkward log. But
Yes, it is.
as far as I can see, the best log presser in this category would be William Ralph.
William Ralph.
William Ralph. His PR is 170 kilos on the log. We got a lot of guys with a PR around 150, 160.
Can I share your homework here? Because I don't have any. Help me look smart here.
That's your homework. I'm just reading your notes.
Yeah. So Ralph, and he's German, I believe. Is that right? Something like that. Anyway. No.
You're messing up the order, sir.
Oh, no. Is that all set out?
Yeah,
my wife's put it in order.
It's in
order. Thank
order.
you, Monica. Thank you.
Well,
so we move out with our first lifter, and it is Sean Diver in the under 105 kilo category. And these guys are going to be doing 140 kilos, 305 pounds in the hands. Sean is Ireland's strongest man in 2022. And right now he is very much classed as a top 10 in the world, having finished top 10 in the OSG, the World Championships in 2022. Let's see how he's done his homework. At only 30 years old, max log of 145. I'd expect one, maybe two reps here, unless he's really had a good
head through. Okay,
training coming
athletes
into this.
need to put their head through their arms. It would have made the lockout a lot easier for him. Come on, wake up.
Yes, you need to try and make a bit of eye contact with the ref. Feet stationary for a split second, elbows locked out, ideally in line.
It also helps you lock out your shoulders and elbows. There you go, sir. That's what you should have done the first rep.
Magnus Van Magnussen, the referee, smiling at him, beckoning it to come down.
Mm-hmm. 15 seconds remain. He's got one rep on the stable.
He has a 160 kilo axle press, Egil, which is phenomenal, really. Certainly shows there's a lot more room for improvement, I think, in his log.
Or the execution of it. He's way strong. He's strong enough.
For sure, yeah. Just waving his right arm around there, maybe just
So now it's the heat where Kvilhaugsvik from Norway and Ralph from Sussex, not Germany. You got Kvilhaugsvik from Norway, and then we got
Ralph, a.k.a. the Conqueror from Hastings in East Sussex.
Yeah, but sorry, it's Chris Harrison actually who went out.
Oh, you're tucking me up here.
Yeah, I'm tucking you up.
Right.
So Chris Harrison on the left.
Chris Harrison of England on the left-hand side, and Glenn Helga Kvilhaugsvik of Kvilhaugsvik. Aaron West checking in exactly how I said that, our MC of Norway on the right. So
our names are so long that the letters get smaller on the screen.
There's a different font for Norwegians.
Yes.
Harrison right off the bat. Good with his first rep.
So right off the bat, Harrison coming out, blasts the first rep up, no problem whatsoever. The man from Hull, 32 years old. And
and there Glenn Helge is on his way.
17th in the OSG last year. Harrison, the Norwegian, got a max log of only 150 kilos compared to 160 of the Englishman. Right now they're both on a rep though. Make that 2 for the Norwegian, is it? No, yes, he did get it. He did have it overhead, but started to lurch forward. He was lucky there.
Yeah, I think Glenn Helge is the only strongman I know that has done 4 bicep tears.
So that's 4 bicep tears?
4.
That's a record in this. We've got a record holder out there.
Yeah. But he smiles and comes back next year. That is.
At some point, your biceps are so high they're sort of part of your pec, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks like a different kind of body part on him. So 3 reps on Glenn Helge. That is a really good result.
And it was was it indeed 0 reps, or was the reps cleared there quickly?
I think they were cleared.
I think it was 1 rep, wasn't it? Was it 1? Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Yeah.
So 3-1 there, and the Norwegian reminds me a bit of Bjorn André, the sort of
yes, they come
stout,
from the
muscular
same
physique.
mold, square and
somewhere in the mountains.
Yeah, under a rock somewhere. But now
silly stereotypes out. Yes, Aaron West. 3-1. 3 reps to 1 there. And the American dulcet tones there in the background is our MC, Aaron West, who's a true legend of strength himself. Up next, it is Ralph against Blom. And Blom just making his way. Jul Blom of the Netherlands.
So Ralph is 23 years old, Colin. He's 23 years old, and he's got a personal best on 170 kilo on a log.
Yep, comes from Hastings, which of course
good.
is William the Conqueror territory, and that is indeed his nickname. He is William the Conqueror Ralph. Up it goes.
Stable foot position.
Looks really strong there, doesn't he? Jul Blom didn't get off the mark in his first effort and had to replace his log. All of it is just energy burnt away, Egil.
And William is going the same movements, all rep after rep, same, and that's the way to do it.
Conquers his fourth repetition on the number 5. A really heavy, violent jerk up to his shoulders. Probably he can save a bit of energy there by just...
Well, it works for him.
He power belly.
He gets it to the shelf. He doesn't have a power belly. He's one of the more fit guys.
Indeed, yeah, he's pretty cut, isn't he? There's
Look at
the ab shelf over the power belly.
5 reps. That is a good result in this category.
Indeed, yes. 140 kilos for 5 for the Hastings based man. He looks fairly pleased with that as he walks off. He's done a beltless 170 kilos, a beltless 170. That's impressive. And a little shout out to his buddy, Ricky Pratt, who is a close friend, always supporting him. 3D Strength. Dale, of course. We all say hello to Dale. How are you, Dale? Hopefully you're watching. And yes, his William Ralph there has 105 kilo log press, was a British junior record some time ago. He's still only 23. That's a great performance there. Now we're moving on to Emmanuel Pescari of Austria. And he's up against Dean Madden of England, the man from Loughborough. Someone who's very, very driven in strongman, and former soldier who's taken all of his years of soldiering and discipline and now turning it into a gym owner, entrepreneur, and hopefully good log presser here. Let's see how Dean gets on with this. Emmanuel Pescari, he's got youth on his side. How do you think this is going to go here, Egil?
Well, it's hard to say. I've seen Dean a couple of times, but not on this weight or this heavier weight. So we don't know anything about Pescari. Good clean, both of them.
He looks a little uncomfortable. Wow! Look at that, like pistons. Yes. Goodness me. I didn't expect that powerful a press, did you?
Not at all. But it's really, really, really easy from shoulders up.
Yeah.
And remember, guys, this is floor to overhead on every rep. They have to spend a lot of energy cleaning and then overhead pressing.
Dean Madden then, he's up against it here with Pescari's pressing power. Madden gets another one though. Very good. That's Madden on to 2, but Pescari also gets one. It's 4-2 at the moment. Austria ahead of England and make that 5.
Pescari was so good in the beginning. He got a couple of reps before Dean got some in. 5 reps. To be able to do that in 60 seconds is on itself a feat.
They both have just enough time to get this up. Madden fails, I'm afraid, and Pescari hits the 6th. Well done.
Precise performance from Pescari.
He's
you can see some of the athletes are obviously under some nerves, some pressure, it's stressful, and some of them just manage to be like precise, get their work done.
He's very, very thick set, Pescari. I'd be fascinated to know what he cut down from. He looks a much heavier man than 105 kilos.
As I said, some of them look like open category guys.
I would say he's got to be 115 walking around out there. I wouldn't mind putting him on a scale and seeing what he is. As we move on to our next pairing, Matthew McKeegan of Ireland up against Stuart Basford of England on the right-hand side. McKeegan of Ireland gets that rep up and holds it. And so too does Basford of England. So one apiece at the moment. McKeegan onto the second. Looks really snappy there. Doesn't waste any time on his chest, which can be a problem sometimes, but certainly saves energy and reps. Basford from Cheshire takes a step back and a little breather. The 36-year-old, whose max log's only 152 kilos, Eggle, so he's really right up there near his best. 3 so far from McKeegan. We continue, 35 seconds to go.
And as you see, some of the guys are leaning way back, putting a lot of strain on the lower back, trying to bench press the log up and then put their head through. It is working, but it also puts a really hard strain on the, like that, hard strain on the body, but it works for them.
Yes, it utilizes different muscles, doesn't it? And
well, you saw the other guy who just pushed it straight up.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Pescari.
Pescari, he's got absolutely bags of pressing power as Basford and McKeegan step off. And let me just remind you, our clock on screen is an unofficial clock. So our referees are holding the main clock. That looks to me like Voices Strongman there walking around. Martin C. Always good to see Martin C. popping in. This is his manor, of course, East London. There we are in his manor. And actually, talking of East Londoners, somewhere around here is the mighty Terry Hollands. Where is Terry Hollands? There he is over there, Big Tell. We're going to bring Terry in about a couple of minutes' time. Always nice to hear from, the king of East London himself. As we move on to the next pairing, it is Radek Shurb against Jaroslav Stajny.
Yeah.
Of the Czech Republic. And Radek Shurb he's not Serbian, he's from the Czech Republic.
Yeah, this is national championship.
As well, this is head-to-head.
I like the cleans of Jaroslav, even though he's... Yes.
2 reps so far for Stajny.
Similar techniques on these two guys. And they're getting the job done, even though it's not Rhiannon Lovelace efficiency.
Radek Shurb picks and goes, and it's the shorter man. Those shorter levers, definitely an advantage in log pressing. Not everything always suits the taller, bigger man, but Shurb manages to bully up that third. 5-3 though. Stajny replies.
Good work for both of them. Controlled, calm, and the technique works.
Pescari, 6 reps. Has he got time to chase it? Yes, he's done it. It is 6 reps. It's equal. This then for Stajny to take the lead. Oh. Just misses. Shame that. He was so close. I think he was going to get that one. He was getting into a real groove there, Eggle.
Yeah, but still, methodical, slow. It works for getting the job done, but it's a second off.
But still, Colin, he didn't get it. And, yep, that's absolutely right. Therefore, what he could have done, it doesn't really matter. Look at the size of Shurb. He's a big dude as well, man. Why is he not in the heavyweights?
Well, he'll probably grow into the heavyweights.
I'm sure he could do.
He's 29 years old. He's got a lot of dinners ahead of him.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of meals ahead of him.
Yeah, yeah.
So
we move on to Thomas Owens and Patrick Kohout of the Czech Republic. There's a lot of Czechs in the house tonight.
Yeah, isn't that good?
It's great. It's great. It's superb. Czechs, Germans, and
almost sounds like it's a European competition.
It does, yes. Yeah. All very welcome in Britain, might I add. We're not as we're billed. we love our European neighbours very much. And Thomas Owens of England, and Patrick Kohout of Czech Republic on the right-hand side.
Nice.
Jeez, he takes it for a run, and Maggie Vey, he's mean, Magnus, isn't he?
No, he's strict. He's not mean at all. He's the nicest stern guy you'll ever meet. Yeah, he's strict. We have some legendary lifts being taken away by Magnus Finn Magnusson over the years.
We have indeed, yeah. Eddie Hall's deadlift is one I remember.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah. Owens then hasn't got off the mark. A lot of effort for no reps. He'd be desperate to get this one up to the chest. Can he use those piston-like legs to drive it up? Oh, again, he's driven backwards.
Patrick's PR is 150 kilos, so he's actually repping out on 10 kilos lower than his PR.
Patrick Gehout has had enough. He stops at 2, and Gehout himself has a max log of only 150, so he's definitely come right on par there with 2 reps at 140. He'll be very pleased with that. And actually, Owens hadn't maxed for some time, so who knows what he could have done. But anyway, we move on, and onwards and upwards, undoubtedly. As Egil Beryl Jonsson says goodbye to the commentary booth, we now have the King of East London here. 15 times a World's Strongest Man competitor, a legend, twice a World's Strongest Man podium finisher, a Britain's Strongest Man. When I could go on for hours and people could start to get bored and boo me. But here's Terry Hollands, there he is on screen, the legend.
God. It was a shock even me seeing myself on the camera then. Oh, God, what is that?
My legs have gone into cramp, Terry. Oh, jeez. I'm so excited. Here we are. Let's have the overall leaderboard. That is the end of the 105s. Do you know what? We'll listen to the interview in the background first.
But I almost locked it out, but I need like maybe 1 second more, so that's a pity.
Well, nice effort, I'll tell you that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Emmanuel, you went first. 6, you said 6 as the mark. Do you think you maybe could have done a 7th? You ran out of time, didn't pace yourself? You tell me.
Usually I should have been able to do more reps, but I don't know, the log feels a bit strange and I'm not used to this kind of log. So especially in the front rack position, I had to take my time to stabilize the log, and I couldn't afford to lose any rep, so I went safe.
Well, it looked pretty good. Thanks for the performance.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Emmanuel and Yaroslav, 2 very strong men tied at 6 reps. Thank you for your performance. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
And now the bar gets raised, Eagle, to even heavier weights.
Yeah, we're going up to 380 kilos on this one, on the 105 men. And Blom is alone, I think, on the first. Yep. No? Yeah, he is. He's going alone.
Joel is on his own, so support is important, and he's away.
31-year-old from Holland or the Netherlands.
I never know which one to say, Holland or the Netherlands.
Well, it depends, because Holland and Netherlands, they are different areas in the same, almost said kingdom. But it is complicated, and quite frankly, do we care? No. He's from the Netherlands or Holland, and he's doing a good job with the 380 kilos.
So here's a geographical question. If you live in Amsterdam, are you from Holland or the Netherlands?
Depends on where you're from. I think they have like areas and islands and stuff
Even
around.
in Amsterdam?
No. But like if he comes from Amsterdam, I think the Netherlands covers it all, but then there are Holland. That is a smaller part of it, I think. But the geography teachers, please send your correction to Don't Ask Nev.
Please send them in. Although sitting next to Eagle, every day is a school day.
Well, and sometimes I make up the facts.
Oh, listen, that's just like our politicians do. Don't worry.
Oh, I think I'm closer. My hit rate is better than the politicians.
I think it is.
But and sometimes my stories are based on true stories. Yeah.
Just occasionally. Look at this. Look at this here. Look at this here. Hashtag greybeard geography. We love this. If you've managed to keep up with our hashtags, you are a better man than I.
We are giving the crew way too much caffeine today, but that keeps us going. We are looking at Thomas Owens from England and Sean Diver from Ireland up next.
No, I'm just checking to see if we've had any more stuff for Nev. So it's the under 105s. It's Thomas Owens taking on Sean Diver. England versus Ireland. Thomas Owens from England takes on Sean Diver from Ireland. Both men looking very, very determined in the back of shot.
It's a lot of heavy equipment to reset for the people in the front lines today in the trenches.
The trenches.
Yes.
Yes, they are properly in the trenches.
Like, large parts of Europe are training soldiers to go into Ukraine and fight. Ukraine are then training people and then send them to us to work on the crew. Yeah.
They're serious men here. They are serious
Shell
men.
shocked and ready.
And that's just after working with Colin.
I don't know what's worse, like the front lines against the Russians or working with Colin Bryce. I don't know. I was here 6:30 this morning, and Colin was running around fixing stuff. So it's
Well, I will say Colin is the only man who could sweat in Greenland in the winter.
yeah, just by talking actually.
Just by talking. He is a special man. Although there is a story about him meeting Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold says, "Colin, why do you sweat so much?" Colin responds, "Dude, you're the Terminator. I'm the perspirator."
Oh my God!
What a line! What a line!
And guys, if you have time later after this competition is over, go to YouTube and search Space Cowboy.
Ah,
You
yes.
will find a music video with Colin Bryce back in his prime. So
in
there,
his prime.
is it
Thomas versus Sean.
Yeah.
Owens versus Diver. England versus Ireland. And currently, it is Diver with a solid performance.
the
setting the mark.
30-year-old from Ireland smoked this with 380 kilos.
Look at the size of his legs, by the way.
Well, that's just inflammation.
Yes, some large creatures kicking about. It's amazing the diversity of physiology in the under 105s. These men look, some of them 125 kilos.
Yeah, they look like open category men. Then there's some dieting, some cutting to get into the weight class, but they look really huge. And walking backstage, you feel like you're dwarfed.
And what's interesting, there are three men I'll remind you of. Rob Kearney, Adam Bishop, Graham Hicks, all started in under 105 kilos. And actually, they didn't necessarily boil themselves down to that. They were quite close to that anyway. And now they're, in some cases, 160 kilo men competing in the open category and really mixing it with the best in the world. And to that point, a reminder that at the end of September, we have the World Deadlift Championship, which will see a number of men, I'm going to say a handful, attempt to lift 500 kilos. It's a Giants Live event. It will be in Cardiff. We'll find out the exact date for you. Tickets are still available. It's the 2nd of September. It is not to be missed.
So Stu took off and just left the camera, actually, and the camera guy's trying to keep up. That is an amazing run by Stu Basford.
And that's the effect of when you do it quickly, it becomes easier.
And it's shorter time under tension, and he'll be better off than the guy who struggles.
Yeah, what a performance. Chris Harrison making it look easy, and Stuart, on the other hand, not giving an inch. So we now have our first real time to beat now, 11.33 seconds. With 380 kilograms on their back.
11.33 seconds.
And that confirms it from the MC.
Blistering fast in the third heat. 3 groups left to see if that time will stand.
So we have, we're heading towards the end of the day as regards to the Strongman here for day 1 of the official Strongman Games, Europe's Strongest Man. Every single group will be able to say they are crowned, with the exception of the open category, Europe's Strongest Man or Europe's Strongest Woman within that particular category. There's a lot on the line here, a lot of prestige.
Yeah, but also a lot of the athletes this year are only beginning in the sport of strongman. So it has to be a big deal for them coming here to this expo, to the Excel, and this comp, which is looking like Giants Live used to look like 5 years ago. This is not a parking lot competition.
Right.
This is some proper setup with the athletes lined up, warm-up area, everything is taken care of, and they are doing really great. I'm impressed by the athletes who are actually behaving like professionals, and Patrick had to stop, and Dean the Lion Maiden is ahead, I believe.
Yes, Dean, who's based at Loughborough, a place I know very well, the former home of Adam Bishop, the former home of Dan Flash Ashcroft. 380 kilograms is an awful lot of weight. So Dean opting for lower hands to try and create that shelf with his elbows.
And Patrick from the Czech Republic seems to have taken this heat.
Yep. So again, to put that into context, 17 seconds for Patrick, 6 seconds behind our current leader, but crucial points regardless. Brilliant performances from both men. And I think Dean's brought his kid along. His kid's a happy man. He's happy with daddy's performance. When you're 4 years old, you don't really quite understand what your daddy's doing, but you know it just seems cool. And he's giving him a kiss. That's what it's all about.
Let's bring out our next two athletes that are
Dean's a very proud man,
lane number 1 from Norway. We glad
as are all these athletes here.
in lane number 2.
Here's Big Dean. Good for, yes, mate, how are you?
Not good now.
Well, yes, you will, mate.
So we have Kvilhaugsvik from Norway in the lane closest to the camera right now. And then you have Radek on the lane furthest from the camera guy right now.
Now that's a name and a half, by the way.
It is, and the Norwegian names are so long that we get a font smaller than the international guys. But
Correct.
yep.
Correct. There's no way of
Oh,
me
good
saying
start,
that one.
good start by Kvilhaugsvik. Long strides. And he just needs to increase his frequency on his steps.
Serve in lane 2.
Okay, this one is rather interesting.
Well, both of them have it fairly low, actually, but Radek takes it.
Because Radek, such was the weight, he wasn't able to really have a cadent walk. You saw him almost having to just match where his previous foot was going, and it worked, almost like he was walking along a ladder.
Yeah, because he had the setting on the yoke so low that he kept bumping down into the ground for every step.
Ah, yes. Yeah, a brilliant battle there for both men. It's another one of the weight categories with an awful lot of strength and depth. Next up, William Ralph and Matthew McKeegan. It's England versus Ireland. Not surprisingly, this event skews deep in terms of the home nations. Obviously, it's taking place in England, and in years to come, no doubt, we'll be coming to you live from the likes of Netherlands, Norway, Sweden. And it's amazing to see other countries like Italy, like Spain, traditionally underrepresented, who won't have access to the kit that is here, but they're all representing themselves.
Same with the French athletes, actually, who has less opportunities than people in England, in the UK. It's a strongman comp in the UK every weekend. And William Ralph
flying. Not dropping it. Yes. A very, very nice performance.
Makes Matthew's run look slow, but Matthew's run was actually quite good as well. But when you're...
You know, Matt... So, solid time from William Ralph, 12.59 seconds. Massive kudos as well to the manufacturers of the kit, because you want to talk about a test that's been happening. These strongman kits are having 100 people use them.
Yeah, getting its shit beat out of it. Yeah.
That's the technical term for it. And they are not buckling at all. They are exactly the same as how they started.
I tested that yoke backstage earlier, and it impressed me how tight it felt when you made the lift off.
Right.
And it's not making the movements that the yokes in the gyms around make. It is just tight and nice.
The manufacturer is no yoke. Massive shout to Rebel Strength for what they do. Every single thing they touch, it is nothing but premium quality and durable.
So it's Pescari from Austria against McKeegan from Ireland. And Pescari, he did a really, really good log lift, if I'm not mistaken. And the time to beat is Harrison's time of 11:33.
Pescari and Statsny. Or can he hold it without dropping? Slightly dragging at the back there. Maybe struggling for balance slightly. Can he make the adjustment? He has, but it hasn't worked for him. And then we have an overtake from Yaroslav.
Pescari acing it.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Two men, similar stature, similar styles, huge quads and hamstrings, thick men. One man happy, One man slightly underwhelmed and frustrated. Again, good hair. That's aerodynamic hair choice.
Yeah, but he did so well on the log as well, and now he's doing a good job. He's getting set up for a really good weekend.
So that puts him in 4th place after 14 competitors have gone. Pescari with 15.59 seconds. So we can hear him speak to Kaz.
Harrison, 11.35, smoking the course. Was it heavy?
No, felt weightless. It's a good event for me. My competition starts from now.
So was that max foot speed, or really what's the key for you?
Yeah, foot speed movement. I was a little disappointed I didn't break sub 10, to be honest, but I was conscious of the slides. I didn't want to drop, so I took it a little bit steady to make sure I finished the 20 without dropping.
So that was steady, huh? It was blistering. Hey, nice job.
Thank you. Wait till you see the speed on the shield tomorrow.
All righty. Give this man a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Harrison.
And the winning.
Great to hear him speak to Kaz. That concludes another group, just 2 left, and delighted to say that we are joined by Big Tell, Terry Hollands. Mate, how impressive has this been as an event so far? Generally, it's just awesome.
Unbelievable. Standards fantastic in every single category. You got some real big hitters here. You can see the quality of the athletes. They've all come in, they've all trained hard for it, and yeah, it's fantastic to see.
We saw Gavin McNamee perform unbelievably well in the under 105s. We've seen Chris Harrison there, 4 seconds faster than the next best man, followed by Sean Diver in 2nd place. And look at that, only 0.05 of a second separating 2nd and 3rd, as close as you like.
You know, he's really sort of, he's been involved for such a long time. He's a young guy, and he's just getting better and better.
So, Terry, we're on with the under 105 kilo category now, and this is Stuart Basford, and 125 kilos again for each of the sacks. I mean, that's just the weight we use at WSM, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I think
this is tough.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of puts it into perspective when you think these guys are carrying sandbags that weigh 20 kilos more than them and running with them.
Yes, at least, yeah. It's an extraordinary performance, and they were the same weights that we just saw with the 90s as well, which is incredible, even more incredible. Now then, Stuart Basford's going to set us a benchmark here. I'm pretty sure he's going to do all 4 here. The 4-foot platform at the end, it's that testing height, isn't it? 4 foot.
Oh, it's just that little bit too high where it's not easy to just walk it on there.
So easy just to miss-hit it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's a horrible, then you have to change your hand position, don't you?
Yeah. There's nothing worse than that when you sort of jammed your body into the sandbag to try and get it on the platform, and it's like it's just not moving, and you're trying everything you can. But great performance there from Stuart. I think that was a good, solid run.
47.44 is our time to beat, and our next pairing out in the 105s, it'll be Dean Madden of England, comes from Loughborough, the former soldier, and he's against Jol Blom of the Netherlands. So Blom is in lane 1. Here he is, our Dutchman.
He's a taller guy for a 105, and sometimes that's a big advantage. See some of the under 105 guys just struggle a little bit with the height, but the height could definitely be an advantage on an event like this with the high platform at the end.
Dean Madden, yeah, he's a little bit shorter in stature, but a great athlete, raring to go here. This is his kind of event, so he really wants to capitalize on this. He's very quick, and very quick in the pickup as well. Goes into the lead. Big throw there from both of them. It's quite something that part of the technique is to throw 125 kilos as far as you can.
I actually like this. I've not seen it done like this before, a loading race, where you're frightening it over the bar and then re-picking them back up. I actually think it's been really entertaining. I like it.
I think it's tremendous. I think all props to Dave Warner. He's the man who had this idea in the back of his head for some time. And it's proving to be a winner then. Can Dean Madden. He was a former PT, very fit man from the Army, set up his gym in Loughborough, and yeah, good time there from both men. Jol Bloom also finishing, and the pressure's now on for all of the 105s to finish off all 4. 39.84 seconds. Dean Madden is our new leader, Terry.
Yeah.
As we move on, we'll have Thomas Owens of England against Glenn. Where's Lord Greybeard when you need him? Phil Cloudsvik.
Yeah. I'll leave that one to you.
Yes, let's just call him Glenn K.
Yeah.
Special K, as he is to his pals. He's up next against Thomas Owens. And I mean, looking through this category, I mean, there's many good athletes here. Emmanuel Piscari is the man leading from overnight, who he's ripped like a bodybuilder, the Austrian. As you said, some guys carry more muscle and are shorter, and probably that's fair to say of Glenn from Norway and Owens of England.
Yeah, there's been some good times so far in this category. All of them putting in good solid runs. So it's going to be a nice battle at the end, and this could shake the points up a little bit.
So 39.84 is indeed the time they have to beat for the 4 by Madden. And not much in it, but the Norwegian has just nipped ahead here. Very quick back from Thomas Owens, though. Those big guns of his being put to good use. Hauls it up with the arms. Would you carry it across chest, Terry? Oh, it got stuck there.
Yeah, I mean, I personally would. You want to get it off your legs as much as possible when you're running. There's nothing worse than it sort of sitting on your legs and it just destroys your hamstring. So width-wise is better, and obviously then you've not got to make so much of an effort to get the bottom of the bag over the bar. So, yeah, that's the way I would go. But
interesting.
Great run here from Thomas, though.
Thomas Owens, wow, that was dynamite, wasn't it? As Glenn Helge K of Norway. Oh, that's where just being a couple of inches shorter makes it all the trickier, but finishes off in the end as we expected him to. Really quick running with the sacks, but had a harder time getting them up and over. And I guess it swings and roundabouts. It's fair to say, I think, that the shorter man has an advantage in log, for example.
Yeah.
How can he not? He's got shorter levers, right?
Exactly. I mean, and that's obviously the beauty of Strongman. It's trying to get good at the events that you're not perhaps typically going to be good at.
Yes, yes. So I'm just getting confirmation here. Dean Madden still in the lead, and our man Thomas Owens there of England just over the 40-second mark. So it is still, well, it's an Englishman still in the lead, and it's Dean Madden at the moment.
Very close times there, and obviously I spoke to Dean yesterday after the first day, and he wasn't overly happy about how he performed, but you know, he was positive about how he was going to move forward. So it's putting him in a good spot there. He's putting a good time, and hopefully he can sort of knock a few of the guys off that are beating him at the moment.
So it's Matthew McKeegan, and there is Stashny of the Czech Republic, Yaroslav, and they get ready to go. Darren Sadler, our referee, you can see him there, far side of camera, begins the race, and it's McKeegan of Ireland who shoots ahead. And you know, you can only do what you can do, and Dean Madden is definitely a fast guy, a fit guy.
Yeah.
If you can do well in the events you're meant to do well at, that's vital. You can't beat yourself up too much, can you?
Definitely.
One of the things in Strongman is it's not necessarily where you are in a decathlon of things, is you're not marked against performances, you're marked against other people.
Yeah.
And that makes it very difficult to judge how you'll actually do. And McKeegan here is dynamite.
Great
Holy
time.
cow,
Great
Terry.
Time. Really fantastic. Didn't put a foot wrong, was fast the whole way through. Good fitness, good strength, had everything he needed to do well there.
We have a new leader for sure, 33 seconds, just over. That was a phenomenal time. You're right.
That's definitely going to take some beating for sure. What a fantastic run there. Really fast.
Yes, indeed. And McKeegan, tremendous stuff there. Stashny, well, he almost looked quite slow in comparison, but I'm pretty sure that would be up inside the top 3 or 4 there. Fourth position, 49 seconds and 41.89 seconds. Thank you. And that is in 4th. Wow, that's quite a tight little bunching at the top then.
Yeah, really close.
It means few mistakes allowed here. And this is quite a tall man for the group for sure.
Yeah. He looks athletic too.
Yes, indeed. He's got a thing against vowels. Vadik Surb. Patrick Cahoot. So Czech against Czech.
It's great to see a few of the guys get over from the Czech Republic as well.
That's his Czech mate.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Come on.
Oh,
God. Did he just shoulder that?
Yeah. Both of them
I
shouldering
love it. Old school.
And the Czech guy in the last group did the same thing as well. The thing I've found with shouldering it personally, I always found like I could move probably slightly quicker, but it would absolutely wipe my legs out.
Just getting it up there is
Yeah.
such an effort, isn't it?
And the thing is, I always think that if it doesn't need to go on a platform that's at least shoulder height, what's the point in lifting it higher than you need to?
I get flashbacks to Misha Koklaev shouldering all the stones of
Yeah.
the one mad afternoon and losing his place in the WSM final, but there we go. And Patrick Cahoot.
This is exactly what we were talking about earlier. It's the worst spot to be.
Oh, isn't it just? You can see the helpers there almost want to push back against it, be in cahoots with him, but they can't. That would be against the rules.
They're all coming out now. All the dad jokes.
I can't help myself. Sorry, mate. Anyway. So, the time there for Radek Serb. 41.89 for Stasny is what I'm being informed from the previous pair. And my goodness me, Cahoot's legs are fully pumped, and indeed his mate from the Czech Republic is helping him out. Serb 42.48, thank you, and that places him in fifth place so far at the moment. Just 3 seconds between second and sixth position. So we move on.
Any mistake here is going to be crucial.
And here is our Austrian Pescari, Emmanuel Pescari, with the coolest haircut in the competition. And Sean Diver of Ireland is off like a bullet out of a gun.
Sean's a very good athlete as well. He's a serving soldier as well.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I know he sort of had a dabble with moving up to the open class, but he just struggles to put on the weight because of all the cardio he's doing. So this event should be good for him.
Fantastic quads on him, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But right now he's been outdone by Emmanuel Pescari, who twinkle-toed it back to get the last sack, and he's super quick. Uber Schnell here, and pops it on the platform, the Austrian. That was a great time.
Great times from both of them there, I think.
Somewhere in the 30-second region, and that will certainly get him high up on the points. Whether it's number one, we shall have to wait and see. 35.91 for Emmanuel Pescari, and that puts him into second place. Potentially. That nothing is official until it's official. It is now. It's now official. Okay. Okay, he's in second place, but Sean Diver goes into third place. So second and third places there now. And our final pairing will be William the Conqueror, Ralph from Hastings in England, up against Chris Harrison of England. There is Chris, stoic looking.
Also representing England.
And here is the Conqueror himself, 23 years old. Just a youngster compared to many, but wow. Look at William Ralph. That was really impressive. And Ralph again.
Picks those sandbags up with such ease, doesn't he?
Amazing, doesn't it? It's the flick off the floor catch technique. Surely this is going to be number one. This is absolute dynamite. This is sort of Pudzianowski-esque, isn't it? It's remarkable. This is supercharged. He could do that again if he wanted. I'm sure of it.
Here comes Harrison. His time will be solid as well.
And Matthew McKeegan in the lead with 33.51 at the moment.
And he's completed it.
32.09, Terry. He's just snuck ahead of McKeegan's 33.51, as you said. Extraordinary.
It was just the speed of the pickups of the sandbags. He just wasted no time whatsoever. It was just literally a little flick, a catch, and he was on his way.
It is hard to believe it was only 125 kilos the way he manhandled that. Great effort there from Ralph and Harrison. And In terms of places, so it was Ralph, obviously, who has taken the win there. That he was. Matthew McKeegan is in second position. Third, Emmanuel Pescari, the Austrian. Super gut, wunderbar. Good effort there for Emmanuel Pescari.
Very close times between the three of them, weren't there? The top three there. Very close.
They were 32 seconds, 33 seconds, and 35 seconds. And we're going to go over to an interview now. He's with Radzi, our winner.
William Ralph, in a brutal event, that was almost perfection. Were you confident going into that?
I was. I've trained it very hard. I had a lot of encouragement from the other athletes. It was a hard time to beat from Matt, but just got to get it going. Managed it. Very out of breath though.
We can hear that you're out of breath. You obviously gave it everything. Now McKeegan was almost perfection going into it. He really set the bar. When you saw his time, did you still think I can beat that?
I've done it quicker in training with heavier bags, so I was quite confident. But if there's any mess ups, then I was gonna fail it. But it went very well.
Next up is the deadlift ladder. How are those legs going to recover for that? Because it's going to be a brutal event next.
Hopefully, with age on my side, I should be fine.
Good luck. Amazing performance. Give it up for William Ralph.
In the 105 category, it's William Ralph. William the Conqueror Ralph from Hastings in England, who sits 2 points in the lead ahead of the Austrian Emmanuel Pescari, with Matthew McKeegan 4 points back from the Austrian.
5 currently. And we have our first athlete, who I think is coming out himself, Patrick Cahout. Patrick Cahout from Czech Republic. $260 kilos is the first lift. 260, which is 573 pounds. That is some amount of weight. Patrick coming up first, 30 years old, and his least favourite event is deadlifts.
Well,
oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Patrick, but it's strongman.
I mean, he might surprise himself.
Yes, I think that he struggles with a bit of a bad back, so it's always nerve-wracking when you've got a bad back and you've got to go and pull weights like this, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
for sure. I mean, it does say there his max deadlift is 300 kilos raw, so, you know.
You never know, he might surprise himself.
He's going to get at least a couple, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think he's going to do well. I think it is a bit of a mind game when you know you've got that potential back niggle lingering in the background, but he just needs to focus on what he's doing, remember the lift, and he will be fine. So our first athlete, Patrick Cahout, from the Czech Republic, starting with 260 kilos. We're just waiting for the ref to get in place. The whistle is about to be, and he is off. Taking it nice and slow to the bar, getting strapped in. You can see he's feeling a bit cautious there, going up to the bar, but that was an easy lift.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. I mean, if he could get 3 here when his max is 300, that would be fantastic.
That would be amazing.
I mean, he didn't look too bad at all.
It doesn't look bad at all, but I feel like he is a bit hesitant.
Yeah.
He is, isn't he? But Patrick, you're doing a good job. Let's go.
Maybe as much of it in his head as anything else.
I think so. It's, you know, he's got 2 more events to still go after this. It is going to be nerve-wracking if there is something niggling. But it's moving well so far. Come on. Get it done. He's going to get it. Big pull. Don't give up. Come on. Oh. He could have got that, Terry, don't you think?
You just, I mean, I don't know, because he said he's got a bit of a bad back. I don't know if it's as much, you know, sort of playing on his mind a little bit, but you see the first 2 lifts, they were comfortable. It's only 20 kilos more, and he sort of was so hesitant going into it. He didn't attack it as hard.
I agree. I think that he could have definitely gotten that. But, you know, with the 2 events left to go, sometimes you have to just be careful. You know, you don't want to be out of the game completely.
No, and I think the trouble is sometimes it's, you know, your mindset is a lot of what sort of enables you to achieve things. So you can talk yourself out of lifts before you even though you're strong enough to be able to do them. And I think that, looking at that, that was a case of that.
That's what's happened.
Where he's got that issue in the back of his mind, it's just putting him off enough to really not attack those big lifts. And, Yeah, I mean, I remember talking to Eddie before he did his 500 kilo deadlift, and he genuinely believed he would do it. And you know, I know Eddie's Eddie, but still more than half of him achieving that was in his head.
I agree. Okay, we're moving on to our next two for the 105s. We've got Stuart and Glenn.
Yeah, we're not going to attempt that one either. Glenn from Norway.
Glenn from Norway and Stuart from England.
Special K earlier.
Can we go with that? We'll have to ask him later if he likes that. Okay, so good lift for both athletes there. Moving on to the second bar, 280 kilos.
Through 280 successful. Now Bradford good as well. On the
Okay.
third lift, 300 kilograms.
Glenn on to the third bar, 300 kilos. Moving on to that final bar of 320 kilos. Come on, Glenn.
Good
That
lifting.
was an easy lift there. Well done, Glenn from Norway. Stuart onto this last bar as well, 320. A little bit slower behind him, but can he still get this lift? Come on, Stuart, let's go. Big pull. Come on, come on. Keep pulling. Oh. He's got it in him, but I don't know if he's got time now.
Yeah, it's very close. If you'd have took a couple of kilos off, he'd have definitely got it.
Yeah, well done.
Good effort.
Excellent. So, the new leader, Special K. 35.36 for Glenn from Norway. Well done. 35.36 is the time to beat with 4 bars. And they looked really easy, really smooth. So, well done, Glenn, on that one. Can he be beaten by our next pair?
We have a new leader with a time of 35.36 seconds.
Chris Harrison and
Yol Bloom.
Yol Bloom. Yol Bloom. Blom.
Yeah. We got a good contingent of people from Holland, people from Germany, sort of not countries that are sort of typically massive into strongman and strongwoman, so it's great to see.
It's great to see a mix, definitely. Okay, we're off. The whistle has been blown. Good from Chris Harrison. Yol is on the second bar as well, just coming up.
Chris is flying.
Wow, look at Chris. This is incredible. This is insane from Chris Harrison. Absolutely amazing. Chris Harrison, 21.4.
20 seconds.
He really went after that, didn't he?
He did. He attacked that and he got it done. 21.4 seconds for Chris Harrison from England with all 4 bars.
Great time there.
With that 320 just looking flawless. It was amazing. Just flew up. Well done. Well done, Chris. That was sensational. He set the standard there. Set the standard there for the rest of our athletes. This is a big category. So we are moving on to our next pair. They're ready. Redick and Yaroslav.
Yeah.
And Radic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to try and pull Colin's joke they did earlier about them being checkmates.
Our next 2 athletes.
It's like he was pulling out all the dad jokes earlier.
Oh, all the dad jokes. We love a bit of Colin though, really, don't we? Secretly. Secretly we like the jokes.
I didn't love him when he was refereeing me at World's Strongest Man, but now we're good.
You're friends now?
We're friends now.
You've made friends again now. That's okay. Right, okay, let's see. Can they beat a time of 21.4 seconds made by Chris Harrison? Super speedy going up to that first bar. Radic looking strong there. Both athletes neck and neck now, moving on to that 300 kilo bar. Beautiful.
Interesting looking at the total different physiques on both of them. The
Yes,
shapes
I know.
Couldn't be more different if they
Redick,
tried.
come on, is he going to get it? He's so tall. And he gets it. He gets it.
Great performances from both of them there.
That was incredible. But yeah, I agree. Totally different.
Yeah.
Height-wise, you're pretty tall. Does that
Yeah.
make the deadlift a lot more challenging?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's all about leverages. So
Okay.
sometimes actually being taller can be an advantage, especially if you've got long arms and long legs to go with it.
Okay.
Normally, long legs, long arms, and a short torso is the optimum thing for deadlifting. But some of the short, stockier guys tend to get away with, the shorter limbs being an advantage because they haven't got to move as far.
I see. Okay. I always thought that taller people would be at a disadvantage, but now I've learned something new.
Yeah.
I've learned something new. So still in the lead is Chris Harrison at 21.4 seconds still. 24.77 for Reddick. He is in second place, I believe. So still at 21.4 seconds, Chris Harrison is the man to beat.
I'm sure Chris will be really happy with that, obviously.
I think so. I mean, that was incredible.
Finishing day 2 with that performance, I'm sure he'd be happy.
That was incredible. And next we have Thomas Owens and Dean Madden next for our next athlete, both from England.
Dean Madden.
I know Dean's a big deadlifter.
He is a big deadlifter. His max deadlift is 385. His max deadlift. So is he fast though, Terry? Do you know?
I mean, he was pretty fast on the loading race, so
okay.
I would guess he'll be pretty good.
Good lift from both guys there.
Owens and Madden both moving well.
And Thomas Owens he's got max deadlift here. He's got for reps, which is 340 for 5.
Wow, that's strong.
He says he's not done deadlifts for a while. It does not show. He's just lifted that final weight at 320 kilos. Dean Madden onto the final bar. As I said, his max lift is 385. And he's going to get it. And he gets it. Well done to both those athletes. Still not fast enough, though, to beat Chris Harrison. But completed all 4 bars. Well done, guys.
Tom looks impressive there as well.
Very, very good.
That's a couple of good performances from him. So
that was very good.
This one.
.52 for Thomas Owens on that time, which now puts him in second place after Chris Harrison. Well done. Considering he said he hasn't deadlifted for a while.
Maybe the rest has done him some good.
Well, he hasn't maxed for a while, should I say, but he has got a 340 kilo deadlift for 5.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
That's strong at any size.
That is amazing. Okay, we're moving on to our next two. Sean Diva and Emmanuel Pescari from Austria. Austria versus Ireland. The whistle has been blown. Can they beat 21.4 seconds? And Emmanuel is moving fast through this. This is extremely fast. Sean not far behind him. Are we going to see a new leader? I don't know. That is very impressive. Wow.
It's good from both of them there.
That was incredible.
It's quite interesting going from watching it on the screen to then watching it to the side of us, and I think you don't appreciate on the screen how fast these guys are actually moving through these lifts. It's incredible.
I agree. Wow, we have a new leader, Emmanuel, 20.6 seconds, a full second difference
Very
for
impressive.
Emmanuel. That was incredible.
Even Sean with a pretty solid performance there. Looked slow next to Emmanuel. It was
24.67 for Sean. So in first place is Emmanuel and Chris still in second place. Well done, guys. Now we're moving on to the final pair. William Ralph and Matthew McKeegan. Matthew McKeegan is a very, very good deadlifter. He was feeling confident about this lift. So let's see. Can anyone beat, though, 20.6?
It's going to take some beating, that's for sure.
That is going to take some fire in the belly to beat this. Now, Matthew McKeegan's deadlift is a 430 13 kilo deadlift. That's his max. So he's moving pretty fast, which I expected. Can he beat the time of 20.6? It is moving well. It's looking good.
Yeah, I would say he can.
I would say he can. Come on, pull it in. Beautiful lift from Matthew McKeegan. That was super speedy. Ralph on the 300. He's still got the final bar to go. Is he going to get it?
Seconds left.
Wow, and we have a new leader and
15 seconds.
what looks like the winner of this event, Matthew McKeegan, at 19.7 seconds.
Super impressive there.
Sub 20 seconds on the deadlift ladder. That is incredible. With the finishing lift being 320 kilos.
Yeah, I think Matthew McKeegan's just he's there or thereabouts with the absolute best deadlifters.
I agree.
In the under 105 strongman, so not a surprise for him to win there, but showed good speed through the bars as well. It wasn't just the lifting; he didn't waste any time. Every lift was perfect. Yeah, there's not much more he could have done to make that quicker.
No, I don't think so. I think he did amazing. 19.7 seconds was the winning time for the under 105s with Matthew McKeegan. I think we're going to hand over to Radzi for a short interview with Matthew. Yes, we are. Okay, we're going to hand over now to Radzi and Matthew McKeegan, the winner of the deadlift ladder under 105s with 19.7 seconds.
Matthew McKeegan, that was a little bit special. And so tight between all those competitors, just nothing in it. You had to deliver that top 98, 99th percentile, and you did it.
Yeah, well, the 105 class today is probably the best class here, in my opinion. Every event so close, like the yokes, milliseconds, the sandbags was 1 second. So it's a good advantage going last and know what you have to do. So, and Emmanuel put in a very good time, so I'm very happy to take the one.
The speed of the bar, by the way, was very, very impressive with yourself. Are you actually considering the first lift with the same intensity as the final lift?
Yeah, well, even in training, like the way I coach people, the way I coach myself is you need to lift with the same intensity every bar. You're going to lift the last bar just to build those patterns, your neural system, and just get used to lifting that way.
When you watch two guys go head to head, you can see how close it is. Do you feel how close the other guy is to you?
No, I'm totally focused on myself at all times, no matter what. All you can do is focus on you. You can't control what the guy's doing beside you. So you have to just focus on yourself and try your best and just hope that your best is good enough to be the best. So.
And will your best be good enough to be the best this time tomorrow?
Well, yeah, yesterday was damage limitations. Today I needed two good events, so I think that leaves me sitting now a point behind Emmanuel, or maybe thereabouts. So tomorrow it's all the photo finish and the power stairs, I think.
We can't wait to see it. Give it up for Matthew McKeegan.
In the men's under 105 kilogram class, it's the Austrian Emmanuel Pescari who leads the way. 3 points ahead of Matthew McKeegan on 42.5, and then 4 points back from there. William the Conqueror Ralph of England, just 23 years old, is starting to look like he's going to secure himself a podium finish, but Sean Diver not too far behind.
I've done competitions in the past, like open international heavyweight competitions where the shield's been lighter than 175, so it just shows how good these smaller weight classes are.
They're just huge, those shields, absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Not just big, but wide. Getting those arms round will be very challenging. But easier for our heavier categories, would you say, because they'd be bigger?
Yeah, I mean, it's more obviously, when you see the under 80 kilo guys carrying those shields, the shield's nearly as big as them. So it's definitely going to be a lot easier when you're for the larger men, that's for sure.
I am looking forward to this one. Our next, our under 105s, our first athlete is Patrick Cahout. And this is his first time at the OSG. So good luck, Patrick. Whistle has been blown. Oh, it looks tough there. 175 kilos. This is not going to be easy.
Definitely not.
But he's looking okay. He looks, in his face, it looks like he's struggling, but his body is moving well.
Yeah, I mean, when he first picked it up and he didn't breathe for about the first 3 steps, I was like, oh, God, this isn't going to go well.
He's going to pass out. No, he's got it now.
He's doing pretty well now.
Keep breathing, my friends. Keep breathing.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those where you almost have to take a sort of lung full of air and then just force little breaths. That's what I always found the best way to do it.
Yeah, little breaths, because you're not going to fill up those lungs with that weight sitting
no
on it,
chance,
are you?
No chance at all.
He's doing well. He's fighting. Oh.
Great
and it
effort,
goes
though.
down. But that was great. 175 kilos. I mean, we can't argue that was amazing. Well done, Patrick. First, and going out by yourself. I always think it's so tough going out by yourself.
Well, he's got nothing to compare himself to. He's got no target, no nothing. So
you just got to go.
Just got to go for it. And I mean, that was a great effort. You could see he was fighting, even though obviously he doesn't know where anyone else is going to fall. He still was fighting till the end. So he gave it his all.
Well done, Patrick. So I've got our next two athletes coming up. We have got Stuart Bashford and William Ralph. And we have Stuart they're both from England. Both from England. Ralph just turned 23 years old. Just young. And Stuart, 36 years old, from Cheshire, sorry.
And William was one good event, one bad event yesterday. So I'm sure he's going to want to make amends today for the not so good deadlift yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
He was great on the loading race though.
He was fantastic. So this should go well for him, this event.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, he definitely looks like one of those sort of athletes as well, doesn't he? Where he sort of looks a bit like very athletic.
Yes,
and,
I agree.
You know, and yeah, he did perform well on the sort of more athletic events yesterday and the day before. So.
34.55 metres for Patrick. He's our current leader. But I do think in this category we're going to see that beat. 34.55 metres is the distance to beat. It's both athletes from England, William and Stuart. Can they beat Patrick at 34.55 metres? Good start for both athletes. Williams got some speed. Stuart struggling. Oh, and unfortunately drops it. Oh, he does not look happy. But William, he is still going strong. That looks solid from William.
Looks really good.
Taking nice little breaths, like you said, Terry, which seems to be working really well. So keep it up, William.
Oh, he's got a good future too. 23 years old, got loads of time. It's fantastic.
Well done. Keep going. Come on, fight it. Slowing down now, but still going strong. That grip still solid. Come on. Keep going. Get past that mark. And down. Well done. New leader.
I mean, I think we've seen from a lot of the categories, we get over 50 metres, you know you're going to be in good points.
That was really, really good. Well done. I think he's going to be happy with that. We're just going to find out exactly what the distance is there for William Ralph, our new leader. Well done. Oh, we're all tangled, Terry. We're all tangled up. That's it.
Got the cables
tangled up. Was I standing on your wires? Right. Wow, a 51.85 metres, 170 kilos. That was incredible. Well done. I think he's going to be very happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's a really good performance. He looked really solid all the way through, pushed it till the end. Yeah, look, I mean, it was a good performance all round.
Incredible. Really, really, he'll be happy with that. And he's now set a new standard, 51.85 metres. Can this be beaten, though? Let's see. From our next two athletes, it is Joel Blum and Glenn.
Yeah, we've got Glenn Special K. We've got him back again.
Glenn from Norway. Special K, yeah, that's
apologies to Glenn there on not being able to pronounce the name.
Yeah, apologies, Glenn. We're just going to say we love you, Glenn. Wish you luck. Glenn from Norway. And Joel Blum.
This is when we need Egger Wheel.
Yeah, that's right. We do need him here. Let's go. You're going to hear him shouting in the background. Joel Blum from the Netherlands and Glenn from Norway. Can they beat 51.85 metres set by William Ralph? What do you think of that little jump, Terry? The little...
I mean, it can be a good thing just to get it that little bit higher up your body, but then obviously you've got the pressure of it coming back down on your arm. So Glenn's not looking happy there.
No, I don't.
Holding his
little
calf.
trip there. Yeah, I think he's maybe hurt himself a little there. He's getting up though. Anyway, Joel Blom is away, still going strong. This is incredible. Come on, keep going. It's such a sudden change when you're carrying this. Like, you can be moving fast and then your body just says, nope, not anymore. I've had enough. Come on, keep fighting. 51.85 and he's down.
Good performance there from Joel.
That was really good. Just taking a breather on the floor.
I'd probably fancy a lay down after doing that as well.
Oh, definitely. Oh, no, he's okay. Yep, I think he's good. I think he's just chilling for a minute. Don't blame him. I do not blame him. He's okay. He's okay. Well done, guys. Well done to Glenn. Hopefully he's okay. I think he walked off okay, did he, Terry? He walked off okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've still got 51.85 to beat.
That's the trouble at this point of the competition. We're so far in and they've put in so much effort already. Most of them are hobbling around anyway, so you don't know if they're injured or just tired from the 2 days previous.
I know, it's exhausting. And how is it doing it over 3 days? Obviously, a lot of these guys will be used to doing everything in 1 day, back to back. Do you find that that's better back to back or spread out over the 3 days?
I mean, I spoke a little bit about it on Friday. I think that the trouble is you wake up every day and you're sore, so it's kind of, it almost feels like though you've only done 2 competitions, 2 events, you feel as sore the next day as if you've done a competition the day before.
Yeah.
So
43.2 for Joel. Well done. Still not enough though to beat the 51.85 from Ralph. Well done. Moving on now, we're going to see that beat from our next 2 athletes. In lane 1, we have Yaroslav and Dean Madden. What do we think about Yaroslav's last name? Can we...
Stasny?
Stasny. We said this yesterday, didn't we, actually? Yeah. Stasny and Madden. Here we go. We're going to pick up...
Stasny's got it up nice and high. I actually think that's the way to go to start with. Because then, as long as you can breathe with it sitting up that high, that's the way to go. Because then you've got the opportunity for it to drop down and still keep moving forwards.
Yeah, his legs are moving nicely. It's almost at an angle at the bottom, allowing more room for the legs.
Talking about his legs, I mean, look at the size of his quads as well. Absolutely enormous.
Beautiful legs. His quads, his calves. Lovely.
Oh, Dean's.
Oh. Something's happened. Are we okay? Okay, we're having to get the medic out here for Dean. Stasny did well. Well done. Well done, Stasny.
51.85, your mark to beat. You see several in the low 40s now.
Well done, Stasny. That was really good. Still not enough to beat our 51.85 meters set by William Ralph. And we're just making sure that Dean is okay. The medics are out there. Just making sure that he is well.
I've got to say, the medics have been fantastic these 3 days. Any little sign of an injury, they've been straight in there.
They have been.
They've been brilliant.
And I'm sure they are going to take good care of him. But that's why they're here. Because with this sport, it is a risk, Terry, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it's just one of the side effects of the sport. It's almost an occupational hazard.
Yeah.
Injuries happen all the time. And, you know, we all know the risks going into it. And, you know, just accept that that's part of the sport.
It is. I mean, when you're moving weights such as 175 kilos, you know, there is the risk of something happening and injury happening. And we...
Yes, I mean, on an event like this, the muscles you'd sort of, the ones that would really, well, it would be all your posterior chain would be getting smashed to bits, bit of quads as well, and then obviously you've got the added thing that it could be your arms too, because, you know, you've got to physically hold the shield, but I mean, for me, it was always hamstrings was the one that used to give out, always. And I could feel myself just gradually, like, my hamstrings just getting tighter and tighter as I'm walking along.
Yeah.
And you sort of end up, like, not being able to sort of straighten your legs up properly. It's a tough event, really tough.
And then after the events that we've already had as well, you know, we've had the sandbag, we've had the yoke, we've had deadlift. There's going to be, and then like you said, taking that time off, it's your body's almost preparing itself to recover and you're putting it under strain again. So it's not going to help with the risk of injury, is it, Terry?
Definitely not. And like you said, the events that we've had, there's a lot of stuff that's smashing your hamstrings, your lower back, your glutes to bits. So it's very, very taxing on the posterior chain of strongman competition. And yeah, this one perhaps even more than some of the others. There's a lot of posterior chain movements.
And what was the worst injury you've had, Terry, in a competition? Have you had anything severe, or?
Well, I mean, I've torn both biceps. Actually, weirdly, on my left one, I've got a tear on the outside where I tore the long head off, but I've also got a tear in the belly on the inside as well. So the top of my bicep's only about sort of an inch thick. But yeah, the other one was torn at the bottom where I did that Europe's Strongest Man 2010. Yeah, it was only on a light Atlas stone as well. Just picked it up and it slipped a little bit. I went to catch it and then it just felt it come off. But
that's so frustrating as well when that does happen in something that you least expect it to happen with something maybe lighter.
Yeah.
So frustrating. How did you find the recovery for that?
Well, I mean, I probably rushed myself back, if I'm honest, because I did when I did the one in 2010 at Europe, so I was so desperate to compete at World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
I was back competing at Worlds like 12 weeks after surgery.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and that was probably stupid of me at the time, if I think back on it now. But I was young and had a massive ego and was full of testosterone, so I was like, I've got to get back out there and compete.
Got to do it.
Yeah.
But a lot of the athletes here this weekend are still recovering from injuries and have still come to it. But the thing is, you train so hard, the last thing you want to do is have to sit such a huge competition out. You know, it's be worse mentally than it is physically.
Oh,
you
for
have
sure.
to sit out, you know?
For sure, and I mean, it's sort of, I'm sure these guys are the same, but when I've done World's Strongest Man, Europe's Strongest Man, things like that in the past, it sort of becomes your life for 12 weeks, 16 weeks.
Yeah.
So then to get injuries in that build-up, you're not going to quit, are you? Because it's like that is your life for that period of time. And
you've worked too hard just to leave it there. And if there's, you know, if you're even a little bit capable of doing it, of course you're going to go. You're not going to sit it out, not an opportunity like that. And the same here for these athletes.
Exactly that. And I mean, obviously, you know, like sort of these guys and girls have been training really hard for this. They would have been prepping. They would have been pushing the weights gradually up as the prep went. And
everyone's just giving Dean a round of applause. He's back on his feet. He's okay and he's walking off.
That's good to see.
Amazing.
But yeah, these guys and girls have been redlining their body for the last 12 weeks. So, you know, the chances of something going wrong are very high.
Well done, Dean. Well done. We're glad to see him walking off there. He is okay. We can confirm he's okay. Walking off by himself as well. Great.
Yeah, that is good to see. It always looks scarier than it is a lot of the time.
I know, it does look scary.
Yeah.
But he's okay. We're good. We're going to be moving on now. And the distance to beat is still 51.85 to beat from William Relf. 42.73 for Stasny. And Dean still got that 29.78 even with that little fall, and thank goodness he's okay. We will get an update later on about what actually happened with Dean, but the main thing is he's okay. 51.85 is the distance to beat. And our next two athletes is Radek and Sean. They're just making their way out now. Shields are in place. What do you think about these two athletes, Ted? Do you think we're going to see this 51.85 beaten?
I know quite a bit about Sean. I've seen him compete a few times. He's a serving soldier, so you know his fitness is going to be good.
Yep.
And this could be an event he does well on. But also, Radek looks like a very tall, athletic man.
Yes,
So
he looks strong.
Definitely.
And athletic as well for his height. So if he gets that nice and high,
he could do really well here.
He could do really well. Okay, so Sean is away. Sean from Ireland. Got in good speed there. Looks quite comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, Sean's a great athlete, really good. He's great fitness, good strength.
Radek's struggling there. Because he's so tall, he's getting it back up onto the stand so he can try again.
Yeah, because he hasn't crossed the line, he can go again.
Okay, Sean's starting to struggle now. Can he get past that 50 metres? Going sideways, I think you're right with the leg movement. It is just that the legs are not moving forward, so he's decided to take it sideways. Reddick is now on the move. If I can see that now. He's on the move, nice and slow, but he's got it. I think he maybe could have probably gotten it a little bit higher but he is tall. That pickup is going to be tough. Really struggled on that pickup.
Yeah, so that's where the height can sometimes be an advantage with the moving events, but a disadvantage because obviously it's harder to pick it up off the floor.
Yeah, longer travel, but he's still fighting, he's still doing well. His arms are looking pretty solid.
No one looking like they're even going to get close to William Ralph yet.
I don't think so. Although if he keeps going slow and steady, you never know. He is struggling though, slowing down. But we've seen with some of the females that slow and steady. And he's opting for the sideways walk, little crab walk. Come on, keep fighting for it. And he's going to leave it there.
I mean, probably the struggling with a
Exhausting.
pickup would have thrown his mind off a little bit.
Yeah.
So the fact that he sort of picked it up and gone that far and dug in that hard is a testament to his mindset.
That was incredible because he did take it. It was to the floor, then he had to re-pick it up right from the floor, and his height alone is going to make that so difficult. Sean, 33.0 meters, not even close. Not even close. So Dean Madden, obviously we've seen him there. He got severe cramp in his back, but it is eased off. It's gone. He's good. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness it was just cramp. I know that is excruciating, but you know, thank goodness it's not an injury there. It's just a little bit of cramp. So, but he's back. He's fine, and I'm sure we're going to see him in the power stairs. But 51.85 is still the distance to beat from William Ralph. And it's not looking good for it being beaten yet, but we still have a few more guys to come.
Yeah, 2 pairs left to go.
2 pairs left. Any of them stand out for you?
I mean, all these 4 coming out are good, yeah. So it's, I mean, obviously, I think we've got Matthew McKeegan's looking great and has done through the whole competition. Emmanuel Pescara is really impressive as well. I've not seen him compete before. Very impressive.
And our next 2, though, are Chris Harrison and Thomas Owens.
Different world's strongest man titles between 2 men. 1 o'clock, education zone 1 up.
So Thomas Owens, 31 years old. And he has been to the OSG before, OSG in Florida. 27th in his weight category. Hoping to do better.
As well as the 3-time world's
And Chris Harrison, 32 years old. UK's strongest man, first place 2022. And Arnold Strongman Classic, 4th place. Great athletes here, Terry.
Yeah, fantastic.
Can they beat? I think we're going to see this 51.85 beaten in this heat.
I think, yeah. I mean, these guys were sort of getting into the top guys through the competition, and yeah. I mean, it's especially I think the last pair you would expect one of those to beat the lead at the moment, potentially both of them. But you know, William did put in a great performance there, and it's going to be tough to beat.
It is going to be tough. Like you said, we are getting to the higher in the categories now, so we will find out. But as long as there's no mistakes made, we might see it. Chris Harrison taking off. Thomas Owens not far behind him. Nice leg movements, nice fast feet. Across the line there for Chris Harrison. Tough if you're coming off that mat as well. It's causing a little bit of stability issues with coming off that mat, so you need to try and keep on the mat.
30 meters for Chris.
Starting to slow down. It's a fast start. Chris coming up behind.
Thomas is catching.
Yeah. Oh, it's tough. Thomas is now overtaken Chris.
Oh. Can Chris dig in long enough to beat him?
Come on,
That's
Chris, dig deep. Come on. He's having to go sideways again. It's slipping so low. Can he keep going?
What a battle between the two of them.
Well done. That was incredible. I love seeing that. Just the grit and determination at the end. So tough.
It's amazing how you think someone's done and then you see the person next to them drop and they somehow get this extra energy to do like 2 more meters.
The extra boost they needed just to get that last bit.
He's definitely left it all out there as well. He looks exhausted.
He's done. But he's up on his feet. Helped up by Rob Frampton there. We love Rob. Well done. Okay, so 37.51 for Thomas Owens. We're just waiting on Chris Harrison's measurements there, but still 51.85 to beat.
Just shows how much of a great performance that was. He
I
went
know.
out in the second pair, well, the first pair, but the second group, and still
Incredible.
leading the event.
That was incredible. Yeah, that has really set the standard for this, and I really thought we were going to see it beat in that heat, so I don't know. Now I'm questioning whether we're going to see it beat at all. Ralph sitting 3rd overall. 38.23 meters for Chris Harrison. Well done. Now our final pair for the shield carry. Emmanuel Bascari and Matthew McKeegan.
And both these two were super impressive in through the first 4 events, so I expect big things from both of them again here.
Both solid pickups. Matthew McKeegan off to start with in front, but Emmanuel not far behind. I do expect a lot here, but that William Ralph setting that standard is very high. Can we see it beaten? Emmanuel now taking over the lead. Moving really well. Still got good height. His feet's moving well. Taking a little breather.
I'm sure William Ralph is
I think
really
he's got
enjoying
this.
this, yeah, because he was 3rd going into this event, and obviously, you know, if he gets a win here, it could bump him up a bit.
Bump him up.
Get him in the battle for the win overall, going into the power stairs.
Emmanuel still fighting. Matthew McKeegan is, you see the legs just not wanting to do any more. They have pushing themselves to their max. I mean, I compete as well, and I know how tough that is, and you just have to keep fighting, and they did that.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, Matthew, I used to have a touch of that sometimes when I was competing, where I'd finish the event and be like absolutely gassed, but then I would black out afterwards. Yeah. It was almost one of those, but Matthew, yeah.
The adrenaline was coming down, then boom, hit the floor.
That's it. Finished it, put in an amazing effort, and you could see he was absolutely exhausted, and then, yeah.
This is what I mean about the sport. Like, people don't realise what the athletes put their body through here. You know yourself, I know. They train so hard for this and work so hard. They're just amazing. Incredible.
All right, Matthew McKeegan's back on his feet again.
Well done, Matthew McKeegan. He is up. And the winner of that event, William Ralph, 51.85 meters. That was incredible. And no one was even close to that. He was 10 meters in front.
Really impressive, super impressive.
That was incredible. We've got an interview coming up with Radzi, with William Ralph, our winner of this event.
William, we've just seen an awful lot of carnage take place on these 2 lanes. Just how tough is this event?
It's a very difficult event. It's very, very hard on the cardiovascular system, and it's just a brutal event all round, really.
When these guys, you've seen them almost collapsing, what is that as a result of? Is it the lactic? Is it not getting enough oxygen in? What's going on?
Honestly,
it's so taxing on the entire body. You just can't keep your breath in. With the weight on top of you, it's just difficult to keep it up high and get your breath in. So, yeah.
Well, you managed to do it better than anyone else in your weight division. What is it about you that makes you so good at it? Because it was impressive stuff.
Honestly, I've just trained really hard at it, and I've been keeping the distance going with a heavy weight, so it's just hard work, really.
Final question, nerdy one about chalk. Have you gone powdered chalk or is it liquid chalk?
Liquid chalk for the win. It's the best.
Liquid chalk for the win. You heard it here first. Give it up for William Ralph.
Manuel Pescari of Austria in the lead. William the Conqueror Ralph of England currently sitting in second. Pescari, he is jet-propelled and magnificently muscle-bound. I'm sure he'll do very well on the power stairs, but Ralph still in with a shot. McKeegan, well, down on 47.5 points.
Me too. I mean, they've all put on a show all weekend, and you know, for it to be that close after all those events is pretty impressive, and it shows how evenly matched they are.
Yeah.
On a different day, could have gone a different way.
Yeah, because I think through some of the categories we've seen, you know, clear top spot winners, but yeah, those three are absolutely incredible and just held their own throughout the whole weekend. So congratulations to all of them, but congratulations to Dan Benson, the winner of our under-90s category. Well done.
I think we all knew that the under-90s was going to be a big category because you know, the standard in that category is so high.
I agree. I think it's amazing. Now, are we moving up weights again for the under 105s? Yes, we are, starting at 170 to 190, 200 to 210 kilos on the power stairs. Wowcha. Wowcha. It is heavy. It is heavy. Okay, so we're just setting up. I think we're almost there. I feel sorry for the guys having to pull these weights in and out all the time.
Yeah.
There's the weights on the screen there. 170 kilos working your way up to 210 kilos for our under 105s. And our first two athletes are up there. We've got Stuart Bashford and Glenn from Norway. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think we got Stuart actually on his own first out, and then we got Glenn and Patrick out next.
So Stuart Bashford of England, and the under 105s has to go on his own here. And we're getting towards the biggest of the men, just the 105s and then the opens. And that will be it for this European Championships. About half an hour of action to go, folks. The Masters as well. So 3 categories to go. Stuart Bashford on the 170 and 190, 200, 200.
210.
210, my glasses aren't working. You've got no arms left, I've sat in them. But luckily I bring a bargain bucket of them every time, but they've run out already. So Stuart Bashford back down then, 200 kg, 440 pounds.
I mean, it must be tough for these guys. This event as the last one after 3 days, and it is heavy as well.
Yeah, I mean, Atlas Stones is a whole lot easier, isn't it, in many ways?
Well, it's much quicker. I think that's the thing. You know, me and Nicola spoke a bit about it with the sort of the conditioning needed for Strongman, but you know, they're basically working at their absolute maximum doing this event for 60 seconds, which is really hard to do.
I'll be honest, I was back there using the toilet, and suddenly I heard someone coming in, and then the sound of vomit.
Yeah.
Again and again and again in the cubicle next to me.
Yep.
In the end, I had to inquire if he was all right, whoever he was. It sounded like he was about to die.
Oh, we've all been there at some point.
We've all been there, yes. Big Roy, there he is, staggering down from the platform. These crew members are absolutely wiped. It's a lot of work for these fellas. They've done a terrific job.
They're like a well-oiled machine, these guys, aren't they? They do such a good job.
A well-oiled machine, but even a well-oiled machine needs yet more power.
Yeah.
The batteries are no doubt running out. They're doing a terrific job, though. Got the guys From Rebel Strength here as well, helping out. They build lots of equipment for Official Strongman and Giants Live. Only really world-class equipment. From Kent?
No, from Essex.
Essex.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, not too far from here. Down in Great Dunmow.
Close to the border. So our next pairing, 105s. We've had Basford. Now we're going to have the Norwegian Glenn against Patrick Cahoot of the Czech Republic. Clips in, and here we go. Glenn Kay on the left-hand side up against Patrick Cahoot.
And Glenn's going off pretty well.
Just Patrick Cahoot struggling a wee bit with the weight, the height, everything here. It's going to be a hard jump up to the 200 kilos.
We've said sort of on the last few categories going that the jump from the third one to the fourth one, it seems, although it's only 10 kilos, it seems often like it's a lot more than that, because obviously you've got the fatigue set in as well as the extra weight.
Yes, I think they're all just about the same height though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, obviously. But there we go. All of the steps completed, all 12 by Glenn Kay of Norway. Patrick Cahoot here, running out of time. There's the whistle. So managed to get...
I think Glenn did well there.
Yeah, he did.
It was a good performance.
8 steps there for the man. On the right-hand side, Cahoot. 12 for Glenn Kay. 45.72 seconds for the Norwegian. And well, looking forward in this group towards the very best, Emanuel Pescari of Austria and William Relf are the two men who are sitting out on top. Matthew McKeegan close on points though, the Irishman. And I think we'll really be getting towards medal chances in about 2 pairs time. Next out will be Jol Bloem of the Netherlands and Dean Madden of Loughborough in England next. And then we'll have Owens versus Serb, and then Diver versus Harrison is when we really start to get close towards a bronze medal chance. All the trophies you can see there up on the stage. There's cash prizes, of course, for those who make it onto the podium. And quite significant cash prizes as well, as is deserved.
And equal across all the categories as well.
Absolutely, of course it is, yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, for the men's open, of course, it isn't Europe's strongest man, but it is the stepping stone too.
Yeah.
That's the difference, the only difference amongst all of the categories.
It sort of makes me think, though, to have that carrot dangled from, to come to these official strongman games, win their opportunities at Giants Live. I'd have loved those opportunities when I was first starting out. It's such a good thing for the guys, and new talent comes through. There's a lot more competitions and guys competing each other. Obviously, competition makes you better as well. So what an opportunity it is for all of them to get into those big shows.
Dean Madden, I think, also trialling out for X Factor here with his boy band hair. I don't know where he's got that from. It's grown it overnight, over lunch.
See if it stays on. Is the wig going to stay on?
Is the syrup going to last the pace?
I'd say if he's staying on, he's not getting down those stairs fast enough. It's good to see Dean out there, though. Obviously had that really bad cramp on the last event.
Yeah, he's a good man, and trying to do a lot in the sport as well. Running a podcast now and all kinds of things, but it looks like Jol Bloem, a little error from Madden, has allowed the Dutchman on, has he? Yes, he gets it on. Madden couldn't quite get it together in time. 15 seconds to go.
Come on, Dean, let's finish it off.
You can do this. One last great effort from the former soldier. Oh, comes up short. He's running out of time. I don't think he's going to manage to do it. Oh, my goodness me.
So unlucky.
It's a bit like keg tossing, isn't it? You miss one or two, and it suddenly drifts away from you.
Yeah, once it's gone, it's gone. There's you know, once that power's gone, you're going to struggle to do any more. It's occasionally get the odd person that sneaks that last one on, but generally once it's gone, that's it.
It's well, I guess it's the same system, isn't it? That ATP explosive power that you have for just a matter of seconds, and you really are calling on just about every muscle you have, except the smile muscles in this event. So Jol Blom is our new leader at 33.89. And you look at the two of them, there was really almost no difference to the first step of the last implement. And he does it in half the time. And Dean, in the end, whose traps are looking, they've been pumped up by a bicycle pump.
Yeah.
He's still enjoying himself with his wig on.
That's good. I mean, and you know, like I said, I'm not trying to make excuses for Dean. I know he's not had the best show, but for him to come out there and put in an effort like that after the cramping and stuff like that is, it's commendable.
Big time, yeah.
A lot of people would have pulled out after having a severe problem like that in the last event. I think his whole body looked like it went into spasm.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it?
Well,
it's when you get the double hamstring, double quad cramp.
Yeah.
That's when you're really in trouble.
Or the adductors, that's the one.
Adductors. Oh, yeah, that's I've had them all. You ever had horrific neck cramp?
Yeah. Even not that long ago, I had a bit of jaw cramp. That was kind of weird. I was like,
jaw cramp?
How have I got jaw cramp?
It's eating all that frozen fish.
Sounds a bit weird, yeah. Yeah, no one.
What were you doing?
Yeah. Probably eating.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Get one of those massive gobstoppers.
Yeah.
That'll give anyone jaw cramp. Here's the man who refuses to have a vowel in his name, Serb. Look at those babies.
Representing the Czech Republic, Serb.
Radic Serb from the Czech Republic on the right. Thomas Owens of England on the left. We're underway.
33.89 seconds.
Radic definitely has the height advantage here.
Oh, big time, yeah. He's a good 6'3", 6'4", even.
He's a very tall under 105.
Yeah, he's almost an impossible under 105. He has the back strength as well. 200 kilos, not a problem for him. And when he just has to stand up like he does, it makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Huge difference.
I think. Oh, here we go. 210 all the way to the top. Ooh. I don't think we've got a new leader, but it's going to be up there, not far off of Jol Bloom. His 34 seconds.
And he looked happy too. He looked really pleased with that. So, that's the most important thing.
You can only do your best.
Yeah.
Whoever lines up against you on the day is up to them, really.
And Thomas getting a finish as well, both of them. Fantastic work from the pair of them there.
37.81 will slot him into second position. And Owens finishing off 55.38. We have Sean Diver against Chris Harrison next. Just 6 left to go in this 105 kilogram category. So it'll be Ireland against England before we move on to Stajny against McKeegan of Ireland. And then the England-Austria battle that has been brewing throughout. Pascari went off into the lead early on, but this young fella from Hastings, William Relf of England, the conqueror he calls himself, and he may yet pull it off. He seems to have a bit of X factor about him, and there's just some people do have that, don't they?
They definitely do.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a couple of events where he's just been absolutely exceptional at, like so far beyond everyone else, like the Schilborg.
Yeah.
He was so far past everyone else. It's yeah, I mean, it's good signs for him, and just 23 years old as well. He looks tall enough that maybe he could put on a bit of size and perhaps move up into the Opens in the future as well.
Yep, for sure.
So he's got room to grow, which is always a good thing.
So Sean Diver of Ireland, Chris Harrison of England. Diver on the left there. Well, you can eyeball it. Probably has about 3 or 4 inches, maybe not quite that much. But every inch counts when this is right at the limit when you stand up. If you can't quite get it on just with a stand up, I mean, the thing you have to then do is start to gamble by taking it further and further back with your feet half on, be able to swing it up with that momentum.
Or a huge shrug, and then your traps get absolutely burnt outside.
Blitz your traps, yeah. It's getting more and more popular, the power stairs. It's been around quite a long time. Were you in that battle back in China, Terry, the famous power stairs that destroyed everyone's hands?
I was, and I was one of the ones whose hands they destroyed as well.
Wait, did you?
Oh, I literally took about 4 calluses off in one go.
Oh, it was awful, wasn't it?
Yep.
Rivas Vidzis was the worst.
These were bad, yeah.
He actually was out of the contest.
Yep.
I've never seen that before. He just minced his hands.
Come on, Sean.
Sean Diver, don't want any mistakes here. Not with Chris Harrison going so quick as well.
He's moving fast.
He's almost gambling though, Harrison. He's going to make a mistake here if he's not careful. He's throwing it forward, but that's much better, a bit more.
Oh, we're going to have a good finish here.
We're going to have a really good finish. Sean Diver, that slight height advantage is coming to the fore here, and he kept his cool, and he's finishing off. I think he's happy.
And so he should be. That was a great performance. Not sure it was enough to beat the old Blom, but...
Yeah, you know, Blom was pretty quick. That 34 seconds is going to be very tough to beat by anybody. 38.7 for Diver. Will slot him into 3rd position. And despite a really solid start, Chris Harrison did 9 stairs in a time of 26.75. Our penultimate pair. And it will be Yaroslav Stasny. Czech, there's a lot of Czechs.
There is a lot of Czechs. It's good to see.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, I've done a couple of competitions in the Czech Republic, but like over the years, but I'm surprised it's not ever sort of been more of an area where a lot of the sort of guys are coming from.
Well, I mean, a bit like Germany. I mean, Germany's 80 million people.
Yeah.
It kind of gobsmacks me that there aren't more, but there are quite a few. I mean, of all of the European countries, it certainly appears, of course, we are in Great Britain right now, which tends to mean you're going to have more British at it. But I think even if you shifted it to Germany, for example, you'd probably still, England would have the most amount of people at a European Championships currently, just purely through sheer volume of numbers doing the sport. But it's good to see the Czech Republic come. You could see Italians, an Austrian here.
We've got a real mixture, haven't we?
Mixture. Certainly the Scandinavian countries are heavily represented. Iceland, which has the same population as Ealing.
Yeah.
We haven't got anyone here from Ealing, sadly, except me.
Yeah.
But it always blows me away how many World's Strongest Man titles, basically Reykjavik, a town of a few 100,000 has.
I think he's something like 200,000, isn't it, live in Reykjavik?
I think it's about 350 in total, the whole island.
Yeah.
Which is smaller than the borough of Ealing. Oh, power penultimate pairing. Power stairs. Perfect. How many more P's can I come out with? So McKeegan on the far side there. Yaroslav Stasny.
In lane number 2, representing Ireland,
Matthew McKeegan.
Stasny's got the biggest quads in the whole competition.
Quadzilla on the left.
33.89.
Matthew McKeegan's a huge deadlifter though. World record holder maybe, or certainly was at one point.
Yeah.
In the under 105 category.
There was a guy in the bodybuilding contest next door who had the biggest quads I'd ever seen yesterday walking around. I don't know if you saw the guy. It was ludicrous. wish I'd taken a photo of them. Do love a pair of quads. Now then, Stasny putting them to good use. It's going to be really close. 210 kilos, he's done it, Stasny.
I think he's taken the lead as well.
Goes onto the power strut up and down. And McKeegan, he also finishes to either trouble the time of Bloom. 33.89 from Blom. 32.92. We have ourselves a new leader. Mr. Stasny.
And Matthew wasn't far behind him, but obviously at least one's got between them two, so it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out at the end of it.
Matthew McKeegan, 12 steps in just over 35 seconds. And we continue on then to the last pair. And that will be Emmanuel Pescari, who's on 55.5 points, and William Relf on 51.5. So we have 4 points between them, but were Pescari to make some errors here, there's that many guys now who've finished this. You slip a couple of steps and get exhausted, even if you finish all of them, and Relf goes and grabs first. We could have a switch around here.
For sure.
He's got great physique, Pescari, isn't he?
Yeah.
Good look all round.
Some athlete, yeah.
He's some athlete. Got Terminator look about him.
It's actually the first time I've seen him compete. He's really impressive. Yeah. Really impressive.
He's got plenty of muscle on his physique, that's for sure. But will it pump up and blow up? Big question here. Relf, I think he's got 2 or 3 inches in height on him. And as you said, he's got a physique. He probably could stack a bit more muscle on and go up to the Opens one day if he wanted to. But right now, this is all about winning Europe's strongest man under 105 kilograms. But the man he's against, he's supercharged Pescari.
32.92 seconds, the time to beat. 1 heat left. England versus Austria.
England against Austria, as MC Aaron West just said. Big moment here for both of them to take a European title. Pescari, he's got quite a few friends and family here. Gives them a little wave. And there's the conqueror. Just 23 years old. William Relf.
Representing Austria, Emmanuel Pescari.
Off they go. Relf, that height advantage, he's definitely a little bit quicker, or is he? Pescari, with the dexterity of a cat, let down from the top step.
So explosive as well. What he lacks in height is the extra explosive power. He still clears the platforms, no problem.
He still has the pop, but is it going to go? That's the question. It'll burn out soon enough. 210 kilos. This is going to be really tight. I've got a feeling Relf could grab this if Pescari makes even the smallest of errors. No, he doesn't. Oh, have some of that, he says. That was impressive. Around about the 40-second mark, neither man is going to win this in the terms of the 6th event win, but I think we're looking at Europe's strongest man under 105 kilos in Emmanuel Pescari. He is and has been confirmed as Europe's strongest man under 105 kilos. The Austrian has Cena out, and he was under some pressure there. He must have known William Relf would be putting in a big performance with the ignorance of youth. Relf was really enjoying himself and managed to see off the challenge, and he has won the title. I'm interested to see what he's got to say, actually. And yeah, brilliant. Radzi grabbing a little interview with him now. Let's go over to the field of battle.
And here he is, Emmanuel Pescari, still out of breath. A monumental effort. It possibly had to be perfect. It was perfect. How are you feeling?
I don't know. I can't describe it. So it's just mind-blowing.
Coming to London, did you hope to win? Was that the aim?
It's crazy to think because 6 weeks ago I tore both hamstrings. So at first I wasn't even sure if I would be here competing. And now, finishing kind of that strong, I'm feeling really blessed. And I thank God for this opportunity and for everything. And of course, my wife and my son who are always with me and supporting me. That's just the best present anyway.
And what are their names?
Chrysola is my wife, and my son is called Leonidas.
I think they deserve a special round of applause. An amazing name for your son as well, by the way. Could we talk about the support that they've given to you?
Say again?
How important have they been to you in your journey here?
Since they are in my life, I'm the most grateful man ever, especially because their love means everything for me. It doesn't matter what I achieve in the sport, in Strongman, or in my life in general. They're just a blessing from God, and I'm really, really grateful.
Thank you so much for those words. And just finally, what do you think of this man here?
I'm so happy. I'm sorry.
You don't have to say anything, not when you've been supporting this man long enough. Just very proud, and rightfully so. The picture should be of these three here. What a family, what a performance. Give it up for Europe's strongest man under 105 kilograms, Emmanuel Briscari, and his amazing wife and son, Leonardo.
I tell you what, Terry, if you ever want someone to extract tears out of a crowd, you hire in Radzi. He's magnificent, isn't he? He's even worked me into a bit of a tear there. Crikey. What a man Radzi is, I tell you. That was glorious stuff from Briscari. You see how much it means to him. And, of course, his long-suffering wife.
Yeah. No, I mean, what a nice moment. Obviously
Lovely.
for young son as well.
Moving on up again, the under 105 kilograms, Emmanuel Briscari, in an emotional interview at the end there, winning ahead of William the Conqueror Ralph by actually a comfortable 6 points in the end. Matthew McKeegan was a point back from there in third.
And your 2023 official Strongman Games European champion in the 105 kilogram class, Austria's Emmanuel Briscari.